Oh, sorry guys, you're already here. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, I was on Tinder. Yeah, no. Just real quick, checking out. Looking for my one true love. For my twin flame. Yup. And the question is, are you wasting on your time if you're trying to find your one true love on Tinder? And I'm here to tell you, you might. And I'm also here to tell you, you might not. Because if you know what you look for, right, that's why you have a love list, like you write down everything you want in a partner. And you're really clear because you've spent years of getting to know yourself. You spent years getting to know what you really like, what you don't like, what you don't want anymore in your life, what you do want in your life. And you got so clear that now you know my man, my woman needs to be like this or like that. And we're not talking physical aspects here, right? Of course, we're not superficial. We're twin flames, come on, right? It's all about inside and like inner values and all these things. So you are very clear what you want. And now what are you going to do? You know what you want? You're going to sit on your sofa and just go, oh, God is going to drop him or her in my lap. At one point, I'll get up in the morning, someone will be ringing my doorbell, and it's going to be him or her. So, yeah, that can happen. It might be the mailman. It might be your neighbor, right? Your one true love. That is possible. What if not? What if they live across town and God hasn't sent them your way yet? You might as well, or you might have to go online on some dating app like Tinder or Bumblebee or Humblebee or whatever they're called. You might go there. You might even go into Instagram. You might, because someone told me recently, Instagram has become like the new Tinder basically. You like everyone writes to you because they try to get in touch with you somehow. So who knows, maybe that's, where it happens, where the magic happens. But I'm just saying that, yes, if you know what you want or you consciously or unconsciously have made the choice to meet your one true love, to not compromise, but you are really serious about this true love thing, then you have to get yourself out there. You have to open the door for true love to come in. And how do you open the door to your heart? It might be by opening yourself up to the world, in the sense of you show the world that you exist. You get yourself out there, as I said. You present yourself. You exist. Also, maybe on a profile, like through a profile on a dating app. Makes sense, right? So there is no right or wrong. There is only actions taken following a choice you made, which is I choose to meet my one true love, because the other person might be doing the same thing. They might be thinking too, all I want is love. Where do I find love in these lockdown times of stupid COVID, right? Where do I find, it's not COVID's fault, right? It's our fault, that how we behave with it, but not going to get into it. So this is what you might experience, right? That you want to meet someone, you just don't know how, and you just don't know where to meet them. So just see Tinder just like a bar back in the days, right? Back in the days when bars were open, or back in the days when you used to go to bars, either way or both. You're maybe not enjoying bars as much anymore, so you might go to Tinder. So if that is what you are doing, then yes, most definitely, let's do it. You can find your one true love wherever. You can find him or her at the supermarket, or as I said, at the bar, at sports, at work, at wherever. So yes, you can also find him or her on Tinder. What I do recommend you do is you don't waste your time, because you are very clear, as we said, inside of yourself. You just know, I want this and that. This and that I've had. I don't need any more things very much. So if you swipe, I think it's right? Because I honestly don't have Tinder, never had it. Not judging anything. I know everyone probably says that, but I really never had it. But I think swiping right is, yes, I like you, right? So if you swipe right, and that huge, like this beautiful man with tattoos all over and with beautiful long hair, totally your type, agrees to meeting you, and he actually stands you up. I think that's how you say it, right? He doesn't show up, and 5 days later he texts you again and apologizes because he had forgotten that he had to, visit his grandmother at that time, and he forgot to tell you. Well, guess what? You're not going to stick around, because obviously this guy, I would just assume, doesn't meet your high standards of how you want to be treated. So I would then recommend that you don't roll with that. You don't accept this behavior and you don't say yes to it. Yes, it can be a mirror, and you can mirror it with the mirror exercise as we teach, but chances are he's really not that into you. He's not really interested in you. He doesn't really get you all the way. Because when you meet your twin flame, most of the time it's very obvious that he's into you, you're into him. Yes, there's obstacles. Yes, they're not actually obstacles, but there's things coming up to heal. There's going to be miscommunication. There's going to be like blocks, what we call blocks, right? It's going to look like, oh my gosh, this is difficult. But at the core, there's always love. Whereas if a guy stands you up for like 5 days, doesn't show up, chances are he's not your twin flame, and he's just treating you poorly because he doesn't really care about who you are and what you are about. So then, like, maybe in old times you would have still pursued that and still looked into it, and maybe cut him some slack and go, oh, maybe his grandmother is half deaf, yes, and she didn't hear when he called her, and that's why he then had to go to her house, and so on. Maybe you used to do that, but now no more. So you're not going to waste your time with something that obviously doesn't align with who you are and what you are about. So yes to Tinder, but in a much more focused way than you might have done in the past, or you might see your friends do, where you just hang out with basically whoever, or you sleep with whoever, and you get stood up by whoever, and then you're just sad and depressed at home, and you think, see, true love doesn't exist. No, that's actually your fault. If that happens to you, it's actually your fault. Take responsibility for that crappy behavior right now and change it. Change it. Do the inner work. I'll gladly help you do it. So Tinder, yes, in a very conscious and very cautious way. So have fun swiping. Gonna go back to my swiping now, and sending much love and saying goodbye. Bye. See you soon. Bye, guys. Bye.